teams that, are not making any moves. They haven't done anything. Their GM is frozen. Biggest losers of NBA free agency. Let's get into it. Now, the first loser I have is the Los Angeles Lakers. DeAndre Ayton, great addition. This is a huge upgrade for them at the center position. I'm still having some, concern about this team competing in the West. I feel like Denver got better than them. Denver was already better than them. Jokic would have a field day on Aiden's ass. He would put 50-point triple-double on Aiden's ass in the playoffs. They were not going to beat the Denver Nuggets. Houston, I don't think they'd beat Houston. I don't think they have enough athleticism. I don't think they have enough young talent. I don't think they have enough young bodies. I don't think they have enough guys in the rotation to throw at Houston. I think Houston would beat them. Ironically enough, Luka would go off, but Dallas fully healthy, I think Dallas beats them. Minnesota, I think, beats them again. The Clippers are fully healthy. I like what the Clippers have done. They would beat the Lakers. So I just don't think they've made enough moves. I think, getting a guy like Andrew Wiggins would be smart. Giving up, Dalton Connect, Rui Hachimura, getting rid of those guys, packaging those guys together, sending them to Miami. Getting Andrew Wiggins would raise your floor. A 3-and-D guy like DeAnthony Melton would raise your floor too. Just making moves like that. I just don't think they've made enough moves for them to contend in the West. I think they're falling towards the back of the West, falling back to being a playing team. Obviously, LeBron James and Luka are fantastic players, but I'm just not too sold on this team with the moves that other teams in the West are making. Pelinka, he has to cook up something. This team is lacking a lot. And like I said, with the West, every team in the West getting better, the Spurs are going to be a problem too. So I'm interested to see how things pan out for the Lakers. But right now, I'm not too hopeful in them. The Golden State Warriors, this is a team that hasn't made any moves. Now, Kuminga, he's looking like he's going to, sign back with the Warriors, and they're probably going to trade him at some point when offers get better for him. But right now, not too much of a market for him. Teams aren't willing to give, what the Warriors want in a sign and trade deal. So they're kind of stuck with the come bucket. The Warriors right now just lost Kevon Looney to the Pelicans. Interesting decision for him signing to the Pelicans, but they lost their backup big, a pivotal player on their team for the last couple years, for their dynasty too. You need players like that in the locker room, and they're just banking on Jimmy Butler, Steph Curry, and Draymond Green, those three playing a full season together for them to do something. But like the Lakers, they're moving back towards the back of the West. They need to make some moves. DeAnthony Melton, he's kind of rumored to, sign back with the Warriors, and he was great for them, in the first couple games of the season when they were first in the West. Hopefully he could stay healthy. That's a great addition. Buddy Hield. But I don't think that's enough for them. If they play Houston Rockets, they're going to lose to the Houston Rockets. And the Houston Rockets took them 7 with that double big line of Steven Adams and Şengün. They were cooking the Warriors. Almost came back down 3-1. I don't like where the Warriors are right now. Damian Lillard would be a nice addition. Maybe he could come back for the playoffs for them. The hope is he could return after All-Star break. Bradley Beal, they're not in those sweepstakes. Utah, they're looking like they're selling completely. So Lauri Markkanen, this is your time to get back on him. For the Lowski, you got to give up Pods. You got to give up Moses Moody, maybe Kuminga, because they have cap space. They cleared up cap space with some of the moves that they made to take on a guy like him. Add him into Utah. Get Lauri Markkanen back. That's solid. That's a move that brings you back to the top of the West and the contending team in the West. So we'll see what the Warriors do. Right now, I'm not too sold on what they've done so far. The Bucks, man. They did Damian Lillard so dirty creatively. No team, like we haven't seen this happen in quite some time, how they, just, cut his ass and made the money stretch. It was really interesting, all to get Miles Turner. Miles Turner is a great player, but I don't think he is that much better than Brook Lopez. He's just a younger Brook Lopez. I don't think him as your second best player is going to do much of anything for you. I saw Nick Wright on First Things First say Giannis has to be like 2018 LeBron for the Bucks to do anything in the playoffs. And right now I think they're a first round exit with how this roster looks. They need a guard that can do something. They need a star kind of caliber guard to replace Damian Lillard's production. And right now Kevin Porter Jr., solid player off the bench, but him starting at the point guard position, I don't like that. That's nasty hoops. And Kyle Kuzma, still on your roster, nasty hoops as well. So I think, this roster as constructed, I think at the very best, they're the 6th seed in the East. If we're being realistic, Orlando, New York, Cleveland, Atlanta, those are 4 teams right off the top of your head. You're taking over them. Detroit, too, would give them some run for their money. So I'm not really high on the Bucks moves either. I don't think the Miles Turner move, it was nice. It's, you're getting back at a rival. The Pacers, I know the Pacers are blue about that, but it's not too much of anything other than that. Now the Pacers, this is another loser. Tyrese Halliburton, he's going to be out for the whole season this next upcoming year. Reports are saying that, you tried your hardest to get Miles Turner back in the building. You wasn't trying to listen to too many of your offers, but him going to the Bucks is a slap in the face. Benedict Mathurin posted on his story him dunking on Miles Turner. So there's probably some harsh feelings about, this Pacers team, how they feel about Miles Turner going to the Bucks. But still, this Pacers team hasn't really done much of anything. They traded for Jay Huff. This is a nice player, but is he going to be your starting center now? Isaiah Jackson, James Wiseman, that's going to be your center rotation. I just think this Pacers team is just going to be whatever. This is a team we're not going to be tuning into that much. Now with Halliburton out, the guy that runs the system. Nembhard's probably going to average 20 a game. Maybe Benedict Mathurin has, a really good season. This is not a team we're looking at to compete in the East. They'll be a first round exit if they get into the playoffs. Those are my 4 biggest losers for free agency. Let me know down below in the comments your thoughts on that. Some people thought the NFC North was going to be the worst division in football this season. They thought it was going to be as bad as the NFC South.